If you've been following along on our Instagram, which I'll put our tag below, we are headed to Italy as a family for 16 days. We've actually convinced my parents to be joining with us. So if you follow along, definitely subscribe and you'll see all the things that we're going to get into. But we actually are leaving within the next week. So it is time to get all of the things that are behind me into this suitcase. Now, we tested out a Travel Pro on our last trip, but it was just my son and I absolutely love how easy it is, but this is the first time that we are packing for a family of 3 in our medium-sized Travel Pro. So, let's get started. I have been so excited. I've been laying out clothes for possibly 3 months. One thing we do for every trip is before we're headed there, we put everything in our Apple Weather on our phones so that we can just kind of get an idea of what the weather's going to be like and leading up to it. And then once we actually start laying out clothes to pack, it's already in there. But this also might give you a little bit of a clue of all the places we are headed.
All right, so the weather when we land is going to be 61 and rainy.
Great.
So that's our first travel day. Looking at our first day actually exploring, we're looking at 63.
Okay.
Following that, we have 62.
All right.
Now we'll be leaving that city and heading to another area. And then that will be 66 and sunny, and then 70 and sunny.
I feel like spring is the hardest thing to pack for. Because you're packing for like all seasons, but all in one day.
Yeah, so we got to pack minimal and a lot of things.
Yeah. One thing we've learned definitely after becoming parents is the more organized you are ahead of time, just the easier your mornings go when you're trying to get out the door. So we actually have different colors for each of us when it comes to packing cubes. So that has made a really big difference. So where are my tops? I have 2 long sleeves and 2 crop tops. I'm actually going to be, I laid one of those out for our travel day. And hopefully everywhere that we're staying has either a steamer or an iron, because these are going to be rolled up tight in there. Then we are going to be in the Tuscany region, so I do have 1 dress packed, and then I am bringing a set of it's like a crop top and a long skirt. I have 2 button-downs packed. I have just a light tan one and then a long denim one, but I'm going to set this one aside because I'm going to travel in this one. I have 1 sweater, and I think that one will be full after this. 1 down, several to go. All right.
Do you think this is all going to fit?
No. I'm a little bit worried about it, but...
How much do you think harder it is packing with a baby and having to worry about how much he has, and like under packing for yourself to make sure he's the priority now?
Any trip that we went on that was just the 2 of us, I mean, we always used just 1 bag. And
yeah,
if we may have had a carry-on that we shared, but typically just each a backpack and then 1 roller bag. And the amount of stuff that we have to bring for him is insane. I feel like I could pack in 20 minutes, but packing for him would take me 2 weeks.
She has never packed in 20 minutes. So it's going to take her, like she said, she already said she's been packing for 3 months, so she just completely lied to every single one of you.
Bottoms, I have 1 pair of jeans, 1 pair of wide leg dress pants, and then I have, it's like a vest and dress short set. And if you noticed, I am not really somebody who wears a lot of color. The shirt I'm in right now is pretty much the only color you'll see me in that's not black or tan. This is just a set that has a long skirt with it for dressier days.
Another cube down.
Second one down, and that one filled up way faster. But all in all, bottoms wise, I have 2 pairs of shorts, 2 long pants, a skirt, a dress, and a pants romper. This is the last one for me. I'm just gonna throw in kind of all the things that I'll need to reach every day. So I have a jammy set, an undershirt, and all my socks, which I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs of socks. How many socks did you grab?
I don't know. Maybe, yeah, probably 7 or 9.
Okay.
Maybe,
I'll be wearing
maybe
a pair of
less.
socks. So that'll be okay. All right. Well, other than toiletries, that is it for me. Oh boy. Okay. Oh god. Don't break. We didn't even leave anywhere yet. Cool.
I feel like there's a lot of room in there.
There is. I don't have a smaller one.
So all of our Airbnbs and hotels we're staying at do have a washer, maybe not a dryer, but that's why we're packing so light and kind of why we plan this trip like this, so we can pack with 1 medium-sized suitcase and travel through Italy in the cobblestone roads, and if I have to carry it, I can carry it.
And hopefully we can figure out how to use their washer. One thing we have learned is putting our swim stuff in a separate bag so that when we're going to run to the pool or on this trip, it'll be more going into the water because we are going to a lake and we'll be in the Amalfi Coast, but we put all the entire family's swim stuff in there. So I got a brand new swimsuit from Cupchi and I am so excited to wear it. Little man, we have a diaper cover, a swimsuit, and a swim shirt. I put my swim scrunchie in there too, just because I keep a special one that has been just destroyed by chlorine. And then a swimsuit, sun shirt for Chris. I am throwing in a couple little water toys. The best water toy for our 1-year-old, I swear to God, is a paintbrush. You get a cup from wherever you're staying and fill it with water and let them paint the sidewalk, which I know that most likely won't be the case there, but now he kind of expects it and looks for it when we're in the water, so we have one just in case. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swim diapers. Are you feeling this? I'll put my bras in. All right, I actually am going to take a bucket hat just because it is going to be raining a lot and a scarf just in case we are traveling on days we're going to be going into any basilicas or any religious areas. And I may have a tank top on and I don't want to upset any nonas. All right, so now I'm going to put little man's stuff in. Like I said, he has a different color packing cube, but we have a warm sleeper because we actually are going to the Dolomites and it's going to be a little bit chillier at night, so I want to make sure we have something warm for him. We have a sleeper, like a zippy sleeper, actually in our carry-on set aside for that. So for on the plane, we have set aside 1 sleeper, a wet bag just in case we need to, anything gets gross and we need to put it in there. And 2 sleepy diapers, and one of the best things that we ever found was a travel sound machine. And then we will also have a separate bag with the rest of the sleep items in it. So I'm going to put his cold weather sleep sack in with all of his cold weather clothes, but in this bag we'll have a crib sheet. Everywhere we're staying either has a travel pack and play or a crib. Some of them actually even have high chairs, which I thought was super cool. But we'll have 2 extra sleepers, a sheet, and a lightweight sleep sack. And we have a little pair of khakis and a Winnie the Pooh shirt, a little hiking adventure outfit with matching pants, some overalls with a t-shirt or a long sleeve shirt, a couple beachier so he can be in the vibes on the Amalfi Coast, with an undershirt, a nice little pullover so we can go hiking in the morning and he can be cozy, a couple extra long sleeves and t-shirts, another set of like, almost like, what's it, not linen overalls that all match, a linen t-shirt outfit. And for kind of a nicer dinner when we're in the Amalfi Coast, we found him this little sweater polo and shorty shorts. So get that all in here. Because of the rain situation, we do have a rain cover for our travel stroller, but then we are taking him 2 raincoats, a lightweight one and one that is a little bit heavier for in the morning. Also, how cute are these little glasses? We thrifted these when we were in Disney, if you watch those videos. And we are gonna have 2 outfits for the morning when we land in Milan, and we just have like a little shorts outfit and then a long sleeve and jeans, just to see, depending on what the weather will be.
All right, so we're looking at what I'm packing for the guys out there. Pretty simple for me. I'm starting with 3 pair of shorts. I have a nice linen pair for the warmer weather in the Amalfi Coast, hopefully. I have a pair of khaki shorts that can go with everything. And this is a pair of athletic shorts. This will be good for lounging at the house, or if we go hiking one day and we get good weather. That's really my goal there. So just 3 pair of shorts. Then I have 2 pair of chinos, one dark, one khaki. These can be mismatched with just about everything, so it helps me pack light. Obviously, I'm going to have my underwear and socks, a decent amount. That should get me through a few days while we do laundry. And then I'll leave the jackets for last, but I do have some shirts. I have 3 or 4. I have 4 plain t-shirts. Some are nice, some can be dressed up. And I also have 2 nicer shirts that I can wear at the beach or a nice dinner. If it's warm enough, they are short sleeve. And I am going to take 1 dress sheer button down. I think this is just good for any occasion. You never know when you're going to need to go to a nice meal or just want to dress up on a vacation like Italy. So that's really it for the shirts. I do wear undershirts occasionally when I'm dressing up, so I do have those. And lastly, I have my jacket. So I have a super thin one that I'm thinking about taking for hiking and just those warmer 50-degree days that we mentioned in the beginning. It's just so hard to pack for, going from 40 to 50 up to 70, 75. So I'm deciding on this Patagonia. It's just such a thick jacket to take, but it'll be perfect for those days where it stays in the 40s and then it gets to maybe low 60s. I just don't know if I can compromise not having it, so we have to see if it fits in the bag. If it doesn't fit, maybe I'll wear 3 jackets on the plane, but that's what happens.
we did start a pile of like, well, maybe if we have extra room, we'll throw this in.
And lastly, I have my Eddie Bauer rain jacket. Super light, super thin. So just in case we're hiking or any day it's raining, we're going to keep exploring. So I think a rain jacket is necessary. There's no compromise on this. I also have my toiletry bag. Very compact, simple. And that's really it for me. I'm even thinking about eliminating some shorts, maybe a pair of pants if needed, and just simplifying everything. But I'm going to stick these in the compression cubes that I actually bought, and we'll see how these work out and see if we can save some space by compacting these as tight as possible. So let's see.
So this is the first time that we're trying compression cubes, and I'm really interested to see, like, okay, well, how small does it make it, but also what do our clothes look like when we get them out of it? If we do have extra room, I might be throwing in a travel steamer. We have one. It is not the most compact thing though, so it would, don't know if it's really worth the sacrifice. I feel like, I don't know, maybe a shower will take wrinkles out.
So this is without the Patagonia in it, and it looks full, right? But these are meant to compress down and fit stuff. So we're gonna test it. We're gonna lay this across the whole thing.
Oh my God.
And we're packing it, I think. Unless we reach our weight limit as well, that's a different thing. I think there's plenty of room in here. Let's give it a zip up and check. So there's 2 zippers on this. You actually zip the front, the top, just to enclose the clothes in here. And you can see this is bulging out. Probably not a good sign here, guys. So this feels
oh my God.
pretty big.
I'm like, please don't throw that at me.
So there's actually a second zipper you can see on the bottom here. And we are going to try to zip that up and just squeeze this whole thing down.
You got it.
All right. Here's the view of it packed in. I don't know if this makes a difference or if it just compressed it all to the middle, made it wider. But we'll
see.
We'll see in the video. I think we're gonna go with it, but Patagonnia's in there. If we're really struggling, I can take it out and recompress it, and we probably save an inch or 2. But all my shirts are packed. Yeah. So this is it. 16 days in Italy. Here we come.
Might be a little different than the 4 packing cubes I use for myself. Katie from the future wanted to just go through what was in our activity bag for our little guy. He is currently 15 months old, and some of these items we've used on trips before and other ones will be brand new just because he's a little bit older. But I actually thrifted this bag for like $8 at a local consignment shop, and we are huge thrifters, but I felt like it had enough pockets and it was perfect. But ones that I've shown you guys before is his busy book. It just has different pages where he can move different things, buckles, time, days of the week, little snaps. This one's kind of a Velcro puzzle. And then it has ABCs on the front and then just dinosaur, or on the back and then dinosaurs on the front. Now, book-wise, we do have this one that will attach to the stroller, just like a little felt book. Like, how stinking cute is this? They have little felt flaps. He got these ones in his Easter basket. 2 little books that are also flap books. He loves anything interactive. I didn't want to bring anything that had buttons or made noise or anything for on the plane. I just didn't want to interrupt any other guests. The last book is kind of an interactive one where it says, like, can you make these sounds? And we're all about making animal sounds right now, so I think that'll be perfect. And he has not seen any of the books that we were taking, other than it was in his Easter basket, but he didn't really get to play with that. Remember, if you're a 90s kid, or even earlier, if you remember highlights, so one of our relatives actually got us a highlight subscription for him, and then they come, so this one comes every other month, and they're find its, so like it gives you the pictures and then where to like find them in throughout the whole thing. And then they have little magazines, and they are non-destructible. You can take them in the bath. They're like that like weird material, so like we wouldn't give them in the bathtub, but more, that was like the example they gave, more if something spilled on it, then you could wipe it away and it would not mess it up, as well as like you can't tear these. But we have 2 of those and a find it. Then in this little pouch, he loves zippers right now, so this actually came from ordering stuff on Ulta for free if you like hit a certain amount, and I think it was cheap. It was like $25 to spend, but it has a big zipper in the front and then the little part, and then I thought the fuzzy, he might like that too because he's really into textures. We love Mickey Mouse, so we have Mickey Mouse on a toy strap. He got these in his Easter eggs, but I left them in the little bags so that'll give us like one extra thing to do, kind of just making everything take a little bit longer. But we have a Mickey Mouse, and we have a Donald. This is kind of like the new version of Etch-a-Sketch. At least that's what it feels like to me. Like I can write on here and it comes out like all rainbow. And then you press the button and it clears, and then you can lock it in the back so that it doesn't have like a bunch of weird marks on it if you are storing it in a bag. We have a Snuggly, anything soft. Just a cute little guy. My mom got him for Easter, so lots of Easter things that kind of feel like Easter landed at a good time. But he normally doesn't have a tablet, and we're actually borrowing this from someone. It's an Amazon Kids Fire tablet. They let us download Disney Plus as well as Netflix, so we put the first season or two of Winnie the Pooh on there. He loves Winnie the Pooh, but he's never actually seen the show just because we don't do a lot of screen time. And then he loved Mufasa. We watched it almost in like spurts, like it was a mini series, and he adored it, so we downloaded that. And then we have been watching the Toy Story movies. Like every Saturday morning, we call it like, Saturday morning cartoons, and we let him watch it. And like we watch it as a family together for like 15, 20 minutes. So he's seen most of the Toy Stories now, but we have downloaded all of those so that is more of a last resort. He has that. We got him wireless headphones. These ones fit, they have little ears on them, but they fit like a headband. And I was kind of concerned because he doesn't always let us put a hat on him. He'll like put it on and then rip it off. But if myself or Chris has a hat on, then he'll leave it on. But we put this on, and then we put on a Toy Story that he had seen before, and he was totally fine, didn't pull it off at all. But we figured the Bluetooth one would be better so that I'm not worried about cords because he is a lap infant. And it did come with a cord too. If this dies, it's supposed to have, I think, 10 to 12 hours of battery life, but just in case, I'm glad we have a backup. We also figure we can hook it up to like music on Spotify or something from one of our phones for him, because we do have some music that just kind of calms him down. I did the thing during pregnancy where you played the same song every day, and I just picked a song that I loved, and it's wild to see how much it kind of affects his mood and like calms him down. I didn't know if I should believe that when I heard it, but definitely worked. All right. And then we have, these are reusable sticker books. So they come with the sticker tablet, like just the little sheet of stickers. Then when you're done, you can put them on the front. They have the exact same order placement, but then you can play with them inside, put them wherever you'd like, and continue to reuse them. So we have 2 of those. I figured a variety would be best for him. Our first flight is only 1 hour and 20 minutes, and then we have about a 3-hour layover, and then our second flight is 8 hours. And on the way to Italy, it's a red eye, but on the way back, it'll be during the day. So I have a feeling we'll be using these more on the return, but I'd still rather have them packed and ready just in case he needs them. But hope this helps. If you have any suggestions on things that you use for 1-year-olds, I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions, by all means, feel free to message us and we'll try to answer. Back to trying to fit everything into our medium travel pro. One thing we've learned is that having an outfit in our carry-on is just a must. Especially after becoming parents, we never know what kind of shenanigans are gonna occur either in the airport or in the air. But just being able to change, especially after a red eye, because you've been in those clothes all day, getting to the airport, and then now overnight. So you're like, gosh, over 12 hours in the same outfit, that it just feels so much better to just put something new on. So we have each a packing cube that has 2 outfits essentially in it that we're gonna throw in our carry-on. Now with luggage, what we're allowed is we'll have 1 checked bag, We'll have one duffel carry-on, and then Chris will have a personal item backpack. Flying with a lap infant, they get a personal item, and a diaper bag does not count towards anything. So I will have our little guy, our diaper bag, and a bag for like his like little activity things to do on the plane, as well as my purse, because the purse is then just my only personal item. And then Chris will have the backpack and the duffel. And we'll check the bag because we would not have been able to fit a family of three's clothes in a carry-on roller bag. Just, although we're a little crazy, I think we would have tried. So we're going to be packing our carry-on backpack. I have 2 outfits in here. I have a short and tank set if the weather is nicer, and then I have a pants romper and like a change of underwear and socks. So I'm going to put that in the bottom.
Yep. I just have another pair of athletic shorts, a pair of socks, and I actually threw in a long sleeve t-shirt and a plain graphics t-shirt just because it fits. And then it's always good to have. So
we use an Ergo baby carrier if we are like walking around a lot or hiking and one of us are wearing him. We're actually going to be taking a Bova wrap because it's an overnight flight and he is too big to be in a bassinet and just for us to get better sleep. But I want to make sure that we have our Ergo baby with us just in case anything happens to our luggage. So I'm going to throw that in front.
I just bought this plain head wrap thing. So when you're on the plane, this will attach to the pillow, it wraps around your head, and then the face mask sits on you. These I've seen them on Instagram. I figured I'd give it a shot. If it doesn't work, I'll return it. But for $15, if this can help me sleep, I think it's worth it. So let's give it a try.
We actually tested it on a chair last night, and it was wildly comfortable. We'll see how it compares to hooking up to the back of a kitchen chair. But I actually ended up ordering one for myself too. And I want to throw a portable charger in there just in case.
So we have our duffel bag. This is going to be a carry-on, or if we want to check it, we can because Katie's not checking a bag at this time. So we're going to have the option. It's more of packing to carry things in Italy than it is for the luggage allowances since we do have the credit card. Currently I'm taking the shoes I'm wearing and just a nicer pair of suede Nikes. And Katie has a cleaner pair of her Air Maxes that are comfortable for all-purpose shoes. You can dress them up, you can hike in them if you need to. But she's also going to wear a pair of sneakers on the plane. And we're each going to take a pair of sandals in case we do get warm weather in the Amalfi region. Either way, I think we're getting in the water, so we're going to need them.
Anywhere we've ever been to, if it is a body of water that we have not been in before, we jump in. When we were in Greece, we jumped in for me approximately 10 seconds. Chris stayed in for about 5 minutes, but I just felt like I didn't know if we were ever going to be there again. I felt like I had to get in. We do have 2 just regular, like 1 outlet plug universal chargers. So these have the buttons on the side where you can slide it. So it depends on like wherever you're going. I really like these ones compared to the ones that like you have to carry multiple pieces because you don't know what's going to fit. This is just so compact. And then the newest one we got actually comes with a carrying case because it has adapters for USB and USB-C. And I also have my meds in my shoes. I feel like any real estate when you're packing needs to be filled so you can kind of fit everything in and it becomes more of a Jenga situation, but I have my meds in there as well so that I will never be without them. And I do want to put all of our little guy's sleep stuff in here so that if anything, I keep saying if anything happens to our bag, I've literally never heard of any horror stories from Italy, but I feel like anything that Chris or I need, we could just purchase once we get there, but when it comes to him, I feel like it's a little bit trickier.
Makeup bags and tissues in here, so.
Yeah, I threw in my makeup bag because that just makes me feel more human. And we do have a power strip that is a universal adapter, and then we just take whatever country we're going to.
Why do you have the most amount of stuff out of everyone?
I don't know.
All right, so we laid my raincoat on the bottom, just as like another layer instead of packing and folding it. We're gonna try to stick these packing cubes vertically and see how that works.
All right, we each have toiletry bags. Even the little guy has his own one.
Again.
Alrighty. Take two. This is a bag of, it's actually what I use for our Disney park bag, but I figure if it's good enough for Disney, it's good enough for here too. I get very nauseous, and we have a private boat day as well as days that we're going to be taking ferries, and let's hope that these work. I found them on Amazon. Okay.
We could put so much more in there.
But we still have to put the rain cover in. Now let's just weigh this thing. And we don't have a fancy carrier to put on the handle, so I'm literally gonna pick it up and stand on a scale, and Chris is gonna tell me how much it weighs. Okay.
All right. We got our base number. Let's see how much this thing weighs. We're looking at 47 pounds.
Woo! Well, that's gotten close.
Yeah, it's too close.
Okay.
All right, we gotta figure it out. All right. This feels 10 times better. Let me see. Yep, should be better. Let's use your base scale in case you lost some weight during that expedition. Nope.
Very scientific.
Yep, so we got 43 pounds. That's good.
Nice!
That's where we want to be.
Oh my god, so how much does your Patagonia weigh?
Not much. So what we did, we took a full bag out, we put it in the carry-on, we moved, I believe we had the wrong bag in the checked bag.
We did have we had a bag that was supposed to be in the diaper bag.
Yeah, so those two bags out, I removed the Patagonia that I wanted for hiking. I might wear it underneath my hoodie now, but, or I might just wrap it around me in the airport. We'll see how I feel that morning. And we got it though. I think 43 pounds is where we want to be. That way we have room.
And I took stuff out too. I took out a tank top and a scarf. Still counts. And a t-shirt and a book. I took out way more.
That's it. So for 16 days in Italy.
It doesn't look as bad though as I thought it did when we laid everything out. So we are going to be headed to a couple different areas in Italy. We'll be hitting up the Amalfi Coast like we mentioned, the Dolomites, Lake Garda, Florence, Rome, and Tuscany. So if you want to see what we get into, definitely like this one, subscribe so you don't miss any post notifications, and check out the videos to come.
See ya.
Bye.